Good morning, guys. This is Dakota back with another live stream. The date is May 5th, 2021, and today getting into another market analysis. If this is your first time hopping on, again, my name is Dakota. I've been trading for about 2 years now, just tracking my journey as I develop as a trader and go into it full time. And on these calls, I basically go through the charts I'm paying attention to for the week and just track them live. Also, I keep track of all the trades I take in my Discord server. The link to that is in the description. And if you have any questions, you're always open to ask it in the Discord server. Also, if you have any pairs that you want me to go over before the call-ins, be sure to type in the live chat before the call-ins, before I go ahead and shut out the call, and I'll be sure to go over it before the before this is over. All right. And all I ask is that you hit the like button while you're here. Also, if you're brand new, also hit that subscribe and notification bell to keep up with future content that I send out. Now, what's up, Sam? Good morning, man. I like the consistency. Alright, so getting into my pairs, EURJPY first off. Yesterday I didn't trade because I don't trade Tuesdays, or at least I try not to trade Tuesdays. Alright, and here what I've been waiting for is price to retrace to the 50 Fibonacci level. Price got to that level last night, but didn't give an entry signal. It actually just gave an entry signal about 30 minutes ago. Right, it gave an entry signal about 30 minutes ago or an hour ago, and I missed it because I was doing like my morning routine, like mapping out my daily plan. So waiting for price to come back down and then give me another opportunity. If it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, I have to label it as a missed trade. That's pretty much it there. What I have written down is looking for price to reach 50 fib level, where I will look for a buy entry around 131.026. JPY holiday tonight, so not expecting much action to happen overnight. I did this last night basically, so I already had a plan for this morning. I basically already knew what I was getting myself into. But let's go ahead and do the full markup and see if everything maps out to be the same, and see if there's anything to capitalize off of. Whoa, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright, we need to go to a different broker. Alright, for those that don't know my strategy, I use top-down analysis and I use basic market structure, right? So what I will do, I'll start on the monthly time frame and I'll box price in with horizontal lines and trend lines. And then when I box price in sufficient enough, I go ahead and look for or identify market structure opportunities, which essentially is an impulse, which is strong aggressive candles moving in one direction. And that's what's going to tell me the direction the market is likely to go. After that, I look for a corrective pattern, look for a consolidating pullback, small consolidating candles moving the opposite direction of the impulse. Okay, then I'll look for an area to enter and then look for a continuation. Okay, market told me it wants to go up with the impulse up, correction coming down, confirming that it wants to go up, then I'll look for opportunity to catch that continuation. Same thing upside down, impulse coming down, I have the market telling me it wants to go down. After that, correction confirming it wants to go down. Then looking for a continuation. It is really that simple. Mostly. So starting on the monthly, started on the monthly, horizontal lines, boxing price in here. We got an uptrend there, which I'll draw on a lower time frame, knowing that the weekly is not a good time frame to be marking up on right now. I'm gonna go skip down to the daily, and then on the daily I will draw this uptrend that we saw. And then box price in further, just more recent levels that price has the potential to make a decision at. Okay, and if we zoom in on price right now, we can see price is in the uptrend and price has just been scaling up higher and higher. We can see down here we got an impulse, we got a correction, impulse, a correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse, correction, impulse. After this impulse, what do you guys think we're waiting on? Or can anyone tell me what we're waiting on? Yes, we're waiting on the correction. Thank you. Again, never waste a question asking if you can ask a question. Just go ahead and ask your question. Alright, so waiting on this correction, and like to see this correction test this level here, and it would be absolutely amazing if it went even lower. That would be beautiful. That would be a beautiful trade. But I am willing to take the opportunity if it comes up to basically this wick, this level here, and then looking for a buying opportunity there. It should be clear on the 4-hour time frame, and we can see how price is forming a lot clearer too. If you didn't hear me, I said yes, go ahead, ask your question. Yeah, I still like this to come down a bit further, and it could even come form another wave and come down again. I wouldn't want it to, but it could. Word your question in a different way. I'm not sure I understand. Alright, so this is about the trade that I'm waiting on. I got an alert set there, and that's what I'll be executing on. I already sent out the update on EJ, dollar Swiss, and GU, so you guys have all that information already. So let's go to the next one. Dollar Swiss, I was looking to day trade this off the 1-hour time frame, looking for a pullback to this level here, and then looking for a buying opportunity. I could have swore last time I looked at this it was like a 6-to-1, not a 4-to-1. No, the stop loss was definitely 9. Okay, I must have been wrong then. Well, 4-to-1 opportunity is still a good opportunity, but as you can see, price is moving pretty aggressively to the downside, and I have a load of lines here. Right, so like it's not looking too pretty right now, and I don't even like this setup like right now anymore, because this is kind of aggressive movement. I'm not interested in like taking this buying opportunity. I'm gonna be put my focus on pound dollar right now. The next opportunity that could be here is price breaks to the downside, gives us a 15-minute correction and then a sell, and I look to sell just down to that level, possibly get a 3-to-1 out of that. Are you talking about lot size? There, ultimately they're both the same. It's just different ways to measure it. It's a quick Google. You can just say like, what's the difference between units and volume in Forex? But a micro. And correct me if I'm wrong on this. I'm sure someone's on. I think a micro is 1,000 units. And mini's 10,000. And the standard's 100. So 1,000 units, 10 cents. 10,000 units, $1. 100,000 units, $10. Oops, I did this on the wrong chart. That was fine. Alright, so let's do the full markup on dollar Swiss. I felt like, well, that's fine. Full markup on dollar Swiss. Orlando. Okay, let's go through, delete everything, start on the monthly time frame. Okay, we got this low, got this high, prices ranging between those points on the weekly time frame. I like to see a corrective formation actually form. We have a weekly reversal candle there, so nice signal to tell us potential push up is coming. And is this at the area that I'd like to see it at? It's not quite, it's pretty close, but it's not there. Okay, and let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, we had this downtrend. If we have this downtrend here, you see price is struggling to break through it. It's pretty much moving up correctly towards it, and price has closed above it twice, but keeps dipping back under it. Should be a whole lot clearer on lower time frame. I'll just draw the downtrend. I won't draw the bottom out here today. And then as we zoom in closer, I'm gonna go ahead and draw this channel. And you know, with the way that I'm looking at the chart right now, I don't want this trend line here. I'm just gonna put this ascending channel here, which is a reversal pattern. And if I'm gonna be selling, I need to see price break here, see a correction, and then look to sell. If I'm gonna be buying, I need this pattern to be broken to the upside pretty aggressively, and then look for an opportunity to buy. Sorry about that. Okay, last but not least, pound dollar. Pound dollar, I've been looking for this to retrace down to a 4-hour level that I have. Price came to the 4-hour level Sunday night and took off from that point. I didn't have the opportunity to actually enter in that, and price hasn't come down to that area since. I would like to see price give some type of correction before it actually pushes off. Price gave us an opportunity to enter yesterday. It wasn't, or yesterday was the day I didn't trade, so I was going to take the opportunity, looking for this to retrace to this 1 hour setup area or 1 hour entry level where I am willing to take the entry. If price does come lower to the 4 hour entry level as originally planned, I'll take the entry there as well. It's a 13 to 1 opportunity for what I have mapped out. So if I take like -1R, 13, I'm perfectly fine with accepting 12R. All right. So let's do a full markup on pound dollar, and I'll answer your question after I finish this markup. And this is I guess today I kind of pretty much ripped through everything, kind of like I do on my own. Like in the morning, it usually takes me like 20 minutes to get through my charts, or really less. Boxing price in here, going down to the weekly time frame. Weekly time frame, we have an uptrend. Gonna draw it on the daily, and I'm gonna box price in a bit better here with that. You can see prices just test that level, and we're looking for a price to push up to this supply zone up there. Going down to the daily, and always remember, if you guys have any questions over what I'm doing or what I'm talking about, go ahead, ask, like as I'm marking up, so I can be sure to go over it before I just skip through it. So I have this uptrend. Price is respecting it right now, and we have an impulse here. If we remember for the beginning of the call, we have an impulse, waiting on a correction, and the next move that we're looking for, the next thing that we're looking to happen is for the market to go up or down in this situation. If someone could answer real quick. I'll take time to break that down for you, Sammy, at the end of the call. Well, not at the end of the call, but after this. No. At the end of the call, because there are 2 more charts I want to get through, and that's kind of, it's long-winded beginner stuff type thing, so it's going to take some time. Alright, so sorry if that was a difficult question for you guys. Basically looking for this to go up, not down. The reason I'm looking for it to go up are several reasons. One, it just hit a support level / demand zone. I'll call it demand zone. And that's the area where I'm looking for price to buy. If price hits that, I'm looking for it to go to my opposite zone, the supply zone, because price magnetizes itself to these levels, right? Essentially, or at least that's how I interpret the market. Also, remember from the beginning of this call where I talked about my strategy, we have an impulse going up, so the market's telling me it wants to go up, and then I have a correction confirming that the market wants to go up. So I'm looking for an opportunity to buy in order to catch a possible continuation that could form. And like always in any situation, a pattern could fail and price could just turn around. So always just be aware and be willing to accept those situations. Let's go down to the 4-hour time frame. Okay, 4-hour time frame. I'm just going to draw out the correction one more time right now, and I'll draw an uptrend here. Right now, what I would love to see in a perfect world, I'd love to see it just come back down one more time and let me buy, let me get in. All right, that's pretty much it. Which that would mean the 1-hour set is pretty much not valid. It's pointless in taking that opportunity. Okay. Pound dollar, you guys have the screenshot for that, and dollar Swiss. Let's go to AUD Swiss. You guys have the screenshot for this one too. It's just the same thing. Nothing's changed. Oh my goodness. You know what? It's a beautiful day. It's an amazing day, right? Because AUD Swiss came down to the entry level, gave an entry signal, and has begun to take off. So guess what we about to do today, guys? Let me just double check. All right, let me double check. It did perfectly. So today's the day, or really yesterday was the day. But today's the day we track it from the exact entry level. Obviously I'm not in this, but I'm gonna track it anyway, and we'll see if it actually plays out. And we'll track it for the rest of the year. Probably not, but we'll track it for a good portion of the time. Why is this? I thought I did this on dollar Swiss. Why is this still up? Oh no, that was from yesterday. And let me just be so, but essentially this is your first time hopping on the wall. For the past week, I think it's been a week, been eyeballing dollar Swiss from a request, and saw it as a nice 40 to 1 opportunity, at least initially. I believe I had targets up there. Yeah, and we had a tighter stop. But and basically wanted to track it because I thought it was really nice. But here we just have a 19 to 1, which is still good, and we'll take it and track it. Yeah, if an opportunity does come, I will take it on my other account and hold it. I'll definitely take this opportunity, but obviously it's not a priority. Okay, so that's AUD Swiss. Late entry opportunity. Let's talk about that, because it's kind of pointless to just talk about, oh, this entry set up, but nobody caught it. Let's see if there's another opportunity to catch. So obviously there's like 15-minute setups to catch within this. Like there's a setup here, a setup here, and a setup here that's going on right now, which looks like an entry opportunity. But obviously, like those, don't want to say obviously. It's my experience with those opportunities that it's difficult to swing because a lot of variance can come afterwards. So what I'm going to look for is a 1 hour setup, and consider all this an impulse, and look for a significant pullback, not too significant, but a sizable pullback. An area to test. Yeah, this area hasn't been tested yet. Look for a test around this area and a buy from that point. And this would be the late entry opportunity. Alright, let's go to, I don't even think like I've been talking about anything on dollar JPY. I've just been looking at it and then saying nothing. No. This is the marker from the 25. Okay, so this trend line is useless right now. We have a triangle, which we do not have a triangle. That is the wackest triangle I've ever seen. Yeah, I wouldn't consider that a triangle. That's garbage. I'd say wait. I'm waiting for the next setup. I think I said that the other day too. Yeah, that's a garbage setup. Like it's set up for a sell at the moment. I don't like to sell in this situation. I actually would prefer to see it actually push up. It could sell, but you know what? I would wait because obviously I'm not sure. It's not clear to me. I'd rather just wait for the next setup. And that's everything, I think. And it doesn't look like there are any requests in the live chat. So I'm going to go ahead and take some time to answer those questions. If you guys do have any pair requests, be sure to type in the live chat before the call-ins. I'll be sure to go over it before we end the session. What do we want to go to? Perfect. Okay. So let's go to the questions. How can I change a volume or unit volume? Are they both the same? I mean, lot size. So the 0.1 is the mean, the price per gain. No. Well, no, not really. No. Like GBPUSD is 130. Goes up. So nano lot gains 1. No. All right. So again, be sure to go through that Rob Booker playlist that I recommended. He goes really deep in detail on that. Also, if you go to babypips.com, a ton of information, breaks it down really simply, and they do their best job of making corny jokes all throughout the readings. So at times you may get entertained, at times you may chuckle, but at the end of the day it is pretty dry. But you just got to go through that information and learn all that information. Again, the website is called babypips.com. Okay, so I'll do a quick breakdown of this and then I'll get into NAS 100 for you, bro. But I will be looking for a day trade on NAS 100. I'm not like a long-term speculator on that type of stuff. Okay, where are we at? So for your example, $1.39, and of course if I mess up on anything, just someone in the chat go ahead, correct me. You said from 1.39 to 1.3928. It really has nothing to do with lot sizes. Like this price change is 20 pips, right? So pip is simplified definition of a pip. It's the fourth number after the decimal point for most pairs, all pairs that don't have JPY in them. Okay, so from this price point, the fourth number after the decimal point is 8. All right, so this is the ones place, this is the tens place, this is the hundreds, and this is the thousands, right, for pip. So if it moved from 1.8 to 2.8, that means it moved 10 pips. It moved up 10 pips. It increased by 10 pips. All right. Now for lot size, what lot size means is just you giving a value for each one of those pips. Okay, so it moved. Okay, and before I continue, this is the last time I'm gonna be going over any of this like on a live stream. I'm not mad at you. All right, I want that to be clear. I'm not mad at you. I just hate going through this shit, honestly. I like this is like I said, you can learn it from Rob Booker on his playlist. You can also learn it from Baby Pips. But I'm willing to take the time to at least explain it today, since since we're just on the call and one-on-one right now. But I'm not going to be doing this in the future again. Okay, moved up plus 10 pips. Now, before it moves 10 pips, so when price is at 1.8, okay, when price is at 1.8, it's your job to say, okay, this is how much I want each pip to be worth, because this is how much I'm willing to risk on this trade. Okay, obviously going to stop loss and that type of stuff. So let's say you want each pip to be worth, let's say 10 cents. You want each pip to be worth 10 cents. So that would be 0.01. That's a micro lot, not a nano lot. That's not a nano lot. That's a micro lot. And that means you're saying every pip is worth 10 cents. So 10 cents per pips. Now, another way you can draw this micro lot, 0.01, is in units, which would be 1,000 units. Okay, so 1,000 units and 0.01 are the same thing. Now, let's say you want it to be $1, just increase it to 0.10. Now, it's one thing that I swear that I hate. I hate it with a passion. I passionately hate when people say this. When people say that this micro lot is 1 cent. Like, when people say this micro lot is 1 cent or it's 10 cents, and then I remember when I first got involved, people were saying like I risked a penny on this trade, and then I made like $500, or I risked $1 on this trade, I made such and such, whatever. That's not what you're doing. You're giving a value to every single pip movement, every single price movement. Which is, it's not that hard to understand, but if you don't get it, go ahead and go to again, baby pips. Really good information. Anyway, a mini lot. A mini lot, 10,000 units. And that's $1 per pip. I'll do one more, but I won't like explain it too deep. The standard is 100,000 units, $10 per pip. How do you give a value to the pip? By placing a lot size. Okay. Let's do an example, right? And then if there's one more question, I'll answer one more. I'll answer one more question. Thanks, bro, for that that note. I'll answer one more question and then get into NAS 100 for dude. What was I about to do? I was about to bring up this paper trading section. Oh, look at that. Alright, so basically what you can and this one doesn't have, that kind of sucks. That's fine. Let's go to AUDCHF. Okay, so I want to buy this, right? Jeez, this is what I used to do when I first started trading, and I'm about to just screenshot that so I can save it for memories. So what we're gonna do is just gonna go ahead and buy AUDCHF on this paper trading account on TradingView. You create a new order, and let's say we want each pip to be worth $1, so I'll put 10,000. Bang, and then I'll buy it. Now every single price movement is, here's the trade. Every single price movement is $1. In a sense, right? It's not. I won't get too deep into that. Every single price movement is $1. Let's say that. All right, let's go to NAS 100. Jeez, why? Psh, it's fine. You can't catch everything. Okay, just to range price off, we have a high here, and we have a level of support right there that price is ranging in. Just to put price in range. Let's go down to a lower time frame. Can't really mark up indices like I mark up the whatchamacallits, the Forex, because it's different. It moves differently. Let's draw it and see what happens. Nah, that's kind of whack. Yeah, no problem, man. Just be sure to go through that playlist and be sure to go through Baby Pips. Baby Pips from preschool all the way to high school, really. Just go through all of it. Working on deciding if I want to draw that or not. I don't want to draw it, and because it's just, I keep going back and forth in my head, I'm not going to draw it. Gonna go down to the weekly, and basically what I'm looking at right now, or what I'm thinking in my head, is we have an impulse down, we have price pushing up. It's not really forming a corrective pattern, so at the moment not looking for a sell. We're on a lower time frame uptrend. Sure, on the 5 minute there's a buying opportunity. The area that I'm looking for this to actually test is right here. This is the level that I'm looking for price to test, and that's where I would look for at least some selling pressure to actually happen. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Yeah, that's where I'm looking for the selling pressure at, and I'm looking for the trend line to actually break to the downside, at least for a short term. Okay, ultimately, like what I prefer to do is identify buying opportunities within indices. But right now, there's no real clear buying opportunity, at least for me, that I would be willing to take. I would actually be waiting for a break of this trend line and then looking for a buying opportunity after that. But this is the selling opportunity that I'll at least be short term interested in. And then look for price to come to this level, and of course it could push down even lower if it pushes down at all. But definitely keep track of it and talk about it on tomorrow's stream to see what happens, because like it's either gonna happen today or it's not. Alright, so my fault. And I'm gonna go ahead and post this in the Discord server so you guys can have it, and so that if I forget for whatever reason tomorrow to go through this, I already know. All right, here we go. All right, and give me 1 second. All right, so Sammy. Oh, also my fault. Discord server. If you're not in it, the link to that is in the description. That's where you get. That's where you can basically see all the charts that I'm talking about on here. Sammy. Also, educational section in there too. Like, I don't personally sell a course. I just have free content that I learned from in my Discord server. So if you want to check that out, you can. There's a lot of resources in there. But in the live chat, I just posted the link to Baby Pips, where you can learn all the information about pips, about lot sizes, and how it makes sense and how you can basically utilize it. Just click that link in there and set time aside to study it, take notes and stuff like that. And I'll wait about 2 more minutes if there are any other questions. And while we're waiting for these 2 minutes, okay, I'll share with you guys a secret. Okay, and I've actually shared it on several calls before, but it's just something a lot of people don't know, and it's like, it's something that can help you get to that next level, right? It's something that can help you, how can I say, like, I don't want to say fast forward, but it just, I'll give you, jumpstart you there, right? Jumpstart you to start making consistent profits and stuff like that. And the one thing that you can do is hit that like button, because if you hit the like button, it turns blue, and then subconsciously on MT4 you'll see blue on there. And you know, when you have blue on MT4, that means you're making profits, right? That's a trick that I learned about a year ago, and if you do it, sure it'll work for you too. Oh, and there's also another button called the subscribe button if you want to keep up with future content, and the notification bell, so you can be notified when I upload and do live streams. But looks like there are no more questions. I appreciate everyone that hopped on, and hope you guys enjoyed. I'll catch you in the next one.